Now we're going to go to one of the most well-known regions from Italy. Now we're going to go to one of the most well-known regions in the world. Now we're going to go to Tuscany, the most overrated regions of Italy. uh, in a way, it's true what I said, without making anybody mad, you know. But it is beautiful regions. Actually, my sister Mara, which I love so much, lives in Toscana. She lives in the city of Lucca, which I love so much. Lucca is an amazing city. It is a city that is surrounded by the walls. These medieval walls. Those medieval walls they were built 500 years ago, give or take. And those walls they look like they were built yesterday. Those walls they look like they're intact. Not just that. Lucca's got one of the best jazz festivals in the world every summertime. Downtown Lucca, they have some amazing music. So now let's go to the wine aspect of Tuscany, Toscana. Let's talk about this beautiful wine. First of all, this wine comes from the city of Montepulciano, not to be confused with the grape. There is a grape variety called Montepulciano that comes from Abruzzo, the region of Abruzzo. Not to be confused with that. There is a city in Tuscany called Montepulciano. Okay? Sounds almost the same, but it's not. Okay, so let's talk about this beautiful city. This beautiful city is in the south part of Tuscany, the southeast part of Tuscany. And this beautiful city was built on top of this beautiful hill. It's got this, just like Lucca and most of the city in Tuscany, and it's surrounded by the walls. These walls, as we all know, they used to build the walls back then to protect themselves from invasions, from enemies. So we are in Montepulciano, and we are with this company called Poliziano. Mamma mia, Poliziano, what a beautiful name. Why this beautiful name is because Poliziano is this company, they named after this poet that lived in Montepulciano. His name was Poliziano, and this company take the name of this very famous poet. Okay? This poet was an amazing poet for the time. We talk about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And there is an actually picture of the poet right here on the Poliziano label. That's him right here on his wines, right here. So this company is named after the poet Poliziano, but this company, besides that, they make some amazing wine. It's one of my favorite wine from Montepulciano. They make the Vino Noble di Montepulciano, one of the most important DOCG wine from Tuscany. And they make the Rosso di Montepulciano. This one is the Rosso di Montepulciano. This one is Vino Noble di Montepulciano. It is a special cru called Vigna Asinone. This wine is one of the best wine for me that comes out of Tuscany. This Vigna Asinone, this special cru Montepulciano, it is an amazing world-class wine. Then everybody should know about it. For people that really care about wine, that care about big wines, wines with the structure, depth, dignity, honesty, with long finish, that's the wine that you want to buy from this company from Tuscany. Okay? So, Poliziano, historical winery from Montepulciano. They do, when you're thinking about Vino Noble di Montepulciano, Rosso di Montepulciano, you're thinking about Sangiovese varietal. Okay? So they made you Sangiovese. This specific clone called Sangiovese Prugnolo Gentile. Okay? So which is different from the Sangiovese that you find in this, that you make the Brunello di Montalcino wheat, the Sangiovese that you make the Chianti wheat, or the Sangiovese that you make the Morellino di Scansano wheat, and many other wines in Tuscany. This one is very particular cologne, and the names tell you everything. Prugnolo Gentile. Prugnolo Gentile. Prugnolo Gentile, gentle. It's very gentle variety that makes crazy big wines. So the name of this cologne is so charming. I love to pronounce this cologne Sangiovese. I love to say Pugnolo Gentile. You know, it is just a beautiful name. It fills my mouth, fills my heart, fills my mind. It is amazing. So those wines, this Sangiovese, it is very particular compared to the rest of Sangiovese in Tuscany because it's got this charmness that is very, very unique. Grow into this area grows in a very beautiful way. This grape has got a world class aspect, just like, and it's one of those varieties that can age for long time. So with Brunello di Montalcino and Rosso di Montalcino, you have the Vino Nobile, which is supposed to be kind of like the same level, give and take of the Brunello di Montalcino. And then you have the Rosso di Montepulciano, which is supposed to be the Rosso di Montalcino. So Montepulciano, the city of Montepulciano, where the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano comes from, and the city of Montalcino, where the Brunello di Montalcino comes from, they're not too far from each other at all. They're very short driving distance. But even though they're very close with each other in a way, they have two different colognes of Sangiovese, and you have two different wines. Okay? Sometimes the two wines they compete against each other, the Brunello with the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano with the Brunello di Montalcino, but not really, because those two wines are very different from each other. Two different colognes of Sangiovese, and you get two different results. Or to the microclimate, the climb of Montepulciano and the climb of Montalcino, and because the actual varietal it is in the same family, but it's different clone. We talk about Sangiovese, but you talk about the Sangiovese called the Pugnolo Gentile, not the Sangiovese that they use into the Brunello di Montalcino, which is used to be called Sangiovese Grosso. Now they changed the name to Brunello. Now, hear me out. They just happened not too long ago. So before the Sangiovese Colonna that goes into the Brunello di Montalcino used to be called the Sangiovese Grosso. Now the Sangiovese, they changed the name and it's called Brunello, the varietal. So it's Colonna Sangiovese called Brunello, no more Grosso. Um, um, they changed the name completely. That's it. So it is dear to me to pay attention to the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano because right now the attentions in Tuscany goes towards the Brunello di Montalcino, the Chianti, the Super Tuscan. Maybe that's the three most popular wines from Tuscany. But what about the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano? What about the Rosso di Montepulciano? What about this amazing Sangiovese clone called the Pugnolo Gentile that makes us great wines? Why this wine was left a little bit behind? I don't understand it, and I don't appreciate that, you know. And I would like for you guys to pay attention to this wine because this wine, it is an amazing wine. This wine is a world-class wine. This wine is at the same level of the Brunello di Montalcino, of amazing Chianti, of an amazing Super Tuscan, with a fraction of the price, maybe cost a little bit less, than Brunello, but it is the quality is right there. So my job with you guys, with what I love, to tell you guys about all those beautiful gems that we have hiding in Italy. And the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano is one of those gems, that maybe some people they know, some people they don't know, whatever, doesn't really matter. It is one of those beautiful wines that we need to pay attention to. We cannot just pay attention to the Brunello di Montalcino or to the Chianti or the Super Tuscan or maybe other wines coming from Tuscany. We need to pay attention to Montepulciano, to the city of Montepulciano, and to the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano and to the Rosso di Montepulciano. because those two wines, they made with 100% Sangiovese called Pugnolo Gentile, and they are world-class wine. The Rosso di Montepulciano is very affordable, and it is giving quality relationship price difficult to beat. And then you have the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, which is another amazing wine. A little bit more expensive, especially this one called the Vigna Sinone, because that's one of the best Vino Nobile di Montepulciano coming from this area, coming from Montepulciano. It is maybe a little bit more expensive because that's a very special cru called the Vigna Sinone. But this wine is second to anyone. This wine is a world-class wine. If I drink this bottle of wine with you, you're going to look in my face, you're going to say, Mamma mia, what a beautiful wine. How come I don't know about this wine? Now you know it. Please pay attention to Montepulciano and pay attention to the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano and to the Rosso di Montepulciano. Thank you very much.